What is going down, y'all? Welcome back to the most underrated sneaker channel on YouTube. Your words, not mine. Today, I'm gonna bring you guys something different, man. Something that a lot of people have been asking me for since I started the channel, really, and that is to do a real versus fake comparison. Before we jump into that, I hope you guys had a good 4th of July. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the holiday, man. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun, got together with family, friends, had some barbecues, had some drinks if you're old enough to drink. Just overall, man, I hope everybody stayed safe, had a good time out there. 4th of July, Rockies games, fireworks, kicking it with some of my best friends, man. I really enjoyed my 4th of July vacation, so I hope you guys did as well. Now, before we jump right into the real versus fake comparison, let's go ahead and take a look at the real pair, man, because we have not looked at a pair of off-white Jordan 1s on this channel yet. I was not fortunate enough to get my hands on a pair for retail. Resale was way too crazy on the Chicagos. I thought the white ones were gonna re-release in the US. They end up being a Euro exclusive. They still haven't released in the US. I don't know if they're going to, so those are out of the question. Finally, the homie Drew skis came through on these. Big shout out to Drew for hooking it up on these and let us take a look at these today, man. This is size 12. There's a box label for you. Air Jordan 1, off-white, UNC colorway. So let's take a look at the box first. It's kind of your standard Jordan 1 box here. I think the white pair comes in the same box. The Chicago pair comes in a different box, I believe. I think it's the inverted box, kind of like the Vapor Max. Biggest difference from your standard Jordan 1 box, everything kind of looks the same except for this top. The top kind of peels up so you can see the sneakers inside there, and it's got these little perforations along the outside, and then that tab just pulls open there to reveal the shoe inside. So that's how that looks. Now, when you take off the lid, it does have some print written on there. It's just the standard off-white message that's down here on the shoe. It's on a lot of the off-white sneakers in this whole collection. It says off-white for Nike, Air Jordan 1, Beaverton, Oregon, 1985, or C, 1985. Like I said, it's the same exact thing here. And it folds up like standard tissue paper. It just pulls up there, pulls away. At first I thought it was gonna be a bag, but it's really not a bag. So that's the presentation you get, man. That's what you get when you first open the sneaker. That's how it looks. This is the retail pair from Nike.com. Let's take a look at these, man. Even though these have the deconstructed kind of look going on, they still do have the Jordan 1 smell that you get in all your typical Jordan 1s, except for the Homage to Home. Those were a little bit different. And I think it's because there was less glue, there was more stitching, it was two shoes kind of fused together. That's really the only pair that I remember them not having it. And the reason I bring that up is smell is very important, especially when comparing real to fake, especially on a Jordan 1. They always have the same smell, so that's really important, and that's why I bring that up. But let's take a look at these. Bang! There we are, man. Jordan 1 UNC off-white. Look around the shoe. Now, as we jump into this review, we'll kind of do a quick little overview on the retail pair, and then we'll take a look at the fake pair and compare some of the differences and some of the things that I think you guys should look out for when you're going to buy a pair of these, just to make sure that your pair is legit. All right, now as we jump into the shoe, we start here with the toe box. As you notice, this kind of has like a little bit of a plastic coating over the foam. That was not present on the original Chicago pair. It was just the foam, and I saw a lot of people messing the shoe up instantly, whether they spilled something on it, whether it got snagged on something. A lot of people had issues with that on the Chicago pair. It didn't have this plastic kind of protective coating over the top. It was just strictly the foam underneath, which I think was a little bit of a design flaw by Nike and Virgil. I think they recognized that and they corrected it on the white pair and now this pair as well. Not to say that this coating can't maybe get stained or something, but if you drop something on it, it's gonna be a lot easier to wipe off, like it was leather or something like that. Now, this same plastic coating here is also used along the side of the shoe to protect the foam there. Next, and most notably, the off-white tag. Just traditional standard off-white tag that we've seen throughout the whole collection. Nothing really changes there. Continuing along the side of the shoe, you have your detached swoosh. There definitely is some space between there. So the swoosh is completely detached, then reattached with these bright orange stitches here. So you got a stitch here, and you got a stitch on the backside with a little orange tab. And for me, that right there is probably my favorite part of the shoe. Maybe not favorite, but it definitely is the best accent part of the shoe, because these do come with multiple sets of laces, which we'll get to in a second. Moving around the back of the shoe, you have this nice short-haired suede here. You can see the perforations where the original swoosh appears to be deconstructed there. Now, as we move down to the back of the heel counter here, you see this rougher kind of textured look. It almost looks like paper mache. Like if you remember paper mache from art class back in the day, that's what this kind of looks like here. So you have this rougher look or feel, and then up top, it's just a smooth leather all around the top of the heel cup there. Standard Jordan brand wings logo up top. And then something differing from your typical Jordan 1s, this is actually detached. Normally it's kind of sewn up here. This is actually detached. You have 85, and it's the same thing on the inside, 85 on both sides. They're both detached. And then behind this tab, it is back to that foam padding, and it is unprotected up here. So we were talking about the toe box earlier being unprotected on the Chicagos. Up top, the heel counter is still unprotected. And then as you move down here, it's the hard plastic. So you gotta be careful with these joints, man. Don't be out at the club getting bumped, having someone spill their vodka cranberry all over your off-whites. Moving around to the inside of the shoe, your standard off-white branding there, and it is the exact same on both shoes on the inside. Both shoes are virtually identical other than the off-white tag. There's really no difference between the two. They look the exact same. All the printing, all the branding, everything's the exact same on them. Moving around to the laces and the tongue, it's just your standard Jordan 1 tongue with your mesh outside, your foam padding there. All the same as the standard Jordan 1, except for the top. You have this nice pull tab. Instead of the pull tab being fixed to the top in the middle here, going horizontally, it actually reads vertically with the orange hit. Love that. Again, this reminds me of like an old school Bronco shoe, man. Some old school Bronco colors. You got the powder blue, you got the bright orange. This is back in the Orange Crush days, man. This is those kind of colors. Now getting into the laces, man, it comes with the white laces attached. They do say shoelaces and quotation marks on both sides. There you go. The laces are going to become very important when trying to tell the real versus the fake. Again, we'll take a look at that in a second. And then they come with two different pairs. They come with the UNC baby blue joints. They say shoelaces on them as well. And then they come with the bright orange laces there. Me personally, that's the pair, man. When you lace these up, lace them up with the orange, accents with the orange stitching there, the orange up on the tongue. I think that really makes the shoe pop. These are by far my favorite laces. This is the pair that I'm gonna rock mine with. I think the blue is just too much blue. I'm not really a fan of the white, so the orange is what the go-to is gonna be for me. Moving down to the inside of the shoe and the insole, man. Now this is something crazy. The insole has this crazy pattern on it, which is kind of weird, but that's not the crazy thing. The crazy thing is, look at, these came from Nike, and you can kind of see the eye, I don't want to peel it anymore, but the eye is kind of peeling off there. I don't think anyone's put these on their feet, and you kind of already see some peeling on the Nike logo, which is a little bit weird, especially when we're doing a real versus fake. To see the retail pair already peeling apart like that, a little odd to me. Maybe it doesn't matter to most people, but just a little odd to me. Again, the insole does have this traction pad on the inside here. That's something different we really haven't seen on any of the Jordan 1 insoles. Both insoles are the exact same, Nike Air branding, both white, all the same stuff on both shoes. Finishing off the inside of the shoe, it does have this UNC blue around the heel counter, and then that kind of fades into a white, or splits into a white there. So there you go, a good look at the off-white Jordan 1 UNC. This is the retail pair. So now let's jump into the fake pair and see what some of these differences are. All right, so just to be clear on the fake pair, I had someone reach out to me on Instagram saying they had a fake pair of these. They were top quality, and they were gonna let me use them for the real versus fake review. So shout out to you for that one. We went back and forth multiple times. I said, are they good quality? Are they top quality? Because what's the point of comparing a real pair, a retail pair, to a whack fake pair? Like, there's no point. Like, I see people on Instagram and some other different sites like showing real versus fake, and the fakes are absolutely awful. Like, there's no way anyone with any kind of sneaker knowledge would even think that's remotely close to a retail pair. I wanted to get the best top quality fake that I could for you guys so we can really get down to it and really compare the differences, man. Last thing I want is you guys getting spending $700-800 resale prices, I think is what these are going for, between $7 and $8, and then getting ripped off or getting scammed or getting a fake pair. That's definitely not something I want to see happen to any of my people here in the sneaker community, man. And if you're out there rocking fakes, do you. I don't care, man. If you want to rock fake shoes, rock fake shoes. But if you're out here selling people fake shoes, trying to tell them they're real or pass them off as real, that's something I can't condone, man. I can't get behind that, and that's why we're making a video like this, so we can show people the differences between the real and the fake. So without further ado, let's jump into it here. So let's examine these box labels really quick. This box label is great, man. There's not a ton of differences. This little piece that folds up that says suggested retail price $190, that is a little bit less perforated on the fake pair, but the colorway, the SKU number, everything is the exact same. If you take a look at them side by side, the colorway, everything there, I don't know if you guys need to pause it or whatever, but it's the exact same as the fake pair. This is the fake pair, this is the real pair. The only real differences I'm noticing is that perforation I was talking about on the suggested retail tag, and then the font. The font on here is just a little bit cleaner. It's just a little bit more bold, and then this one is kind of just a little smaller. It's not as bold. There's just the slightest difference. And to the naked eye, like if you didn't have this sitting side by side, I wouldn't be able to tell, to be dead honest with you. Maybe some of you guys have a better eye than me. I just wouldn't be able to tell, man. It's just so close. There's just the slightest difference in font. As far as the box size, I know sometimes when I've seen fake shoes, the box is a different size. I mean, as long as I've been in the sneaker game, I've come across a lot of fakes. People have tried to sell me fakes multiple times, different cities, different events, different places. And usually the box is the biggest tell. With these, the box is pretty good, man. It's the exact same size. They're both a size 12. I wanted to compare them accurately, so I wanted to make sure I had two of the exact same size, kind of like we talked about in the last Yeezy video. Fakes are getting harder and harder, and especially if you don't have the same size, there can be little differences with things. So the best accurate comparison is going to be to get the same size shoe when you're comparing fakes. And overall, the box is pretty good on these, man. This one is a little bit cleaner. It's not as banged up. On the fake pair, you've kind of got some dents in it. You've kind of got some shipping issues right here. A lot of times these fake companies, they're not going to double box the shoe. They're just going to send it in a DHL bag or EMS bag. As far as the top piece, it opens up just like the other one. So you can see the shoes through the little plastic window there. Exact same thing as the retail pair or retail box that we looked at. It's got your perforations. Very, very hard to tell unless you have two of them sitting side by side and you know what you're looking at. Especially for a lot of people that have never even seen an off-white Jordan 1 in person. Pictures can only take you so far. It's very, very difficult these days. So getting into the presentation, it's the exact same, man. It's got the writing on there, the off-white for Nike, Air Jordan 1, Beaverton, Oregon, C, 1985, all the same stuff, same plastic. When I was looking at both of these plastics, I didn't really notice a difference at all. Now, if you know Jordan 1s like I do, when you open up this plastic, that's when you can really tell the difference because of the smell. Fakes just have this overly gluey, nail polish remover type of strong smell that comes from fake shoes. I think that comes from the fact that they make these pretty quickly and start shipping them out right away. Nike probably makes these 6 months or so in advance, and they're sitting in a factory. They have time to chill out. A lot of the glue smell or factory smell wears off. These ones have not had that time, and they did not wear off. These things smell heavily of glue, and that's just by opening the box. When you pick up the shoe and you actually smell the shoe, it really smells like glue on the inside, and it does not have the same sweet kind of smell that you would get from a typical Jordan 1. So first of all, when pulling the shoe out the box, man, and I'm just looking at the sneaker, again, never seeing one of these in hand before, I would not know the difference. I'd be like, yeah, these look great, man. Everything looks super legit on here. There doesn't appear to be a ton of issues. So I'll kind of quickly go over the things that I noticed the differences. On the real pair, you notice they have these tags on both shoes, okay? They have the exact same made in China tags on both shoes. That's the retail pair. On the fake pair, it does not have that tag on the right shoe. Now, obviously, a lot of this stuff can vary from fake to fake to fake, depending on where you got them, who had them, whatever. But that right there was one of the first things I noticed. It did not fall in the box. There's no extra tag. It only has it on this one. Exact same tag as the retail pair, but it's only on one shoe. There's not the same tag on both shoes. Next up, the suede on these. This is like a longer hair suede. It's a short hair suede. This is the retail pair. You see how much shorter the hair is on the suede? And it's maybe more noticeable in person, but that's a shorter hair suede than this one. It's a longer hair. This is kind of a finer suede, if you will. Another thing that's going to be really, really hard to tell differences between real and fake on any off-white collection is the fact that they're halfway deconstructed. So there's probably going to be variances from different retail pairs. You may pick up 5 different retail pairs and find 5 things that are different on each pair, man. So that's going to be another tough element to buying a pair of off-white Jordan 1s at resale. Next thing I noticed is color. The color on the fake pair is a little bit more off-white, no pun intended. This is a nicer kind of crispy white. This is the retail pair here. This is the fake pair. It's a little bit more of a yellowish eggshell kind of white. And this one's gonna be a little bit more of your regular white. I don't know how well that shows up on camera, but in person, it's slightly noticeable. But once again, only when you have a retail pair sitting right beside you. Speaking of some yellowing or off-white coloring, the heel cup up top, this padding, this foam, on the fake pair, it's more of a eggshell white. This is more of a nice crispy white there. So you're gonna notice a difference there. And then on the real pair, you notice how this is really, really clean. The foam around the top it kind of butts right up against the rest of the heel counter. On the fake pair, it's a little bit gapped out. You can kind of see the gap there in between. Again, something you might not notice unless you had a retail pair in hand, but noticeably different from the retail pair. This is a lot nicer and cleaner and tighter. This one here, you're gonna see that gap along the top. As far as the logos on the inside, I thought, oh, yep, I got it. This is how I'm gonna tell. I looked really, really closely, and you kind of see that. Look at that. It kind of looks like a wet, dripping paint, almost like that ghost font that you see if you've ever used like any font apps or anything like that. They have that like Halloween type of font. See how it's kind of running there? And I was like, oh, yep, that's it. It's not gonna be that way on the retail pair. Then I look at the retail pair, and it's the exact same. It's got like that runny ghost font to it. Maybe not as bad, but it's still there. Maybe it's worse on other pairs. I'm not sure, but you can still see a little bit of that Halloween looking font there. The Nike Air tag on the retail pair and on the fake pair, very similar. This one's gonna be a little bit brighter orange, just a tad brighter than your fake pair. I don't even know if it's gonna show up on camera, but it does look a little bit brighter in hand. Not a ton, but just enough to notice. Yeah, it's very, very tough, man. It may be, it's really close to the same. This is just a tad brighter to the eye, but not much. Now looking at the inserts on both, this is the retail pair. It says 12 to 12 and a half. Looks like that there. The fake pair, it's a little bit more, the Jumpman is not as stamped in there. It's a little bit more faint, and it says 11 to 12. So a little bit different on the fake pair. The retail pair does say 12 to 12 and a half. I would assume all the retail pairs are the same, but that's another little difference I noticed in the inserts there. Moving to the insole, it looks the exact same. It is a little bit more, it looks like it's almost a little too big for the shoe, the way it's kind of stuffed in there. Off-white tag on the retail pair. I don't know how this is gonna show up on camera, but it's more of like a matte finish. It's just like a flat matte red finish. This one is like a shiny, kind of more plasticky red finish. There's still a little bit of matte finish to the backside, but it's just not as matte, and I don't know how that's gonna show up on camera. They probably look identical, I don't know, but in person you can definitely tell the difference, especially on the side where the writing is. That side is really, really shiny and more red. The retail pair is just a little bit more of a matte finish to it. Again, I don't really know if that's gonna show up on camera. They probably look identical to you guys, but in person, you can tell this is a little darker and more of a matte red. This is gonna be more shinier, like clown nose kind of red. All right, let's get to the biggest tell of how you can tell the real versus the fake, and it's gonna be the laces, man. The laces are definitely number one. So let's pull the laces out here on the fake pair. Let's pull the laces out here on the real pair. And as you can see on the real pair, just look at the font, okay? It's pretty clean, it looks nice. Okay, now check it out on the fake pair. This is where they really lost their marbles. Look how crappy it looks on the fake pair. It's just more bold, the spacing's a little weird. It almost looks like it's gonna peel off. Again, I don't know if camera's doing it justice, but it kind of looks like you could just run your fingers along this thing and it's gonna start to peel off there. Let's see if we can get both together. There we go. See, look at the difference. Obviously you could tell which one's the retail and which one's the fake. The retail's just a lot cleaner. It just looks nicer. The fake, not as much. Also, another big difference that's really hilarious to me is I told you these come with extra laces. The retail pair, it comes with your blue Carolina laces, your white laces in it, and then your orange. What the just happened right now? Wow. My bad, I bumped the tripod and the whole camera just went crazy. But anyway, with the laces, man, the fake pair, they come with your orange laces, right? They come with your blue laces, right? But then you get a bonus, man. You get the black laces as well. The retail pair does not come with black laces. It comes with the blue and the orange and the white. This one comes with blue, orange, white, and black. Now these ones actually look a lot better. All the ones that say shoelaces on here, it actually looks a lot cleaner, and these ones are very close to retail. The only difference I noticed on these was the blue pair is slightly a different blue. Here's kind of the comparison again. I don't know how this is gonna show up, but the fake one is a little bit darker blue than the retail pair. Whew, but it's still really, really close, man. It's still really close. Fonts are actually really, really good on the fake laces. Just the white pair has issues for some reason. So that was the biggest tell for me, was the laces. When I was looking at them, that was something I could clearly tell, like, all right, these are fake. Well, probably the shoelaces and the off-white tag. Just being able to see the off-white tag in person and see how kind of different this one looks. Those are gonna be the two biggest tells for me. The eggshell kind of coloring, I don't know if I would have really noticed that much in person. The stitching, everything else, the air down here, positioning of the air. I mean, everything looks the exact same as far as that aspect goes. So that is about all on this review. That's both pairs. That's kind of the differences, what to look out for. In all honesty, I just would not buy a pair from a secondhand. I would go through StockX or try to go through GOAT or go through somewhere where they're going to have an authenticator or someone that can authenticate them. Unless you have a homeboy that has a pair in the same size you're looking to buy and you can bring that pair with you, good luck. I mean, the fake market is getting so good. You saw a bunch of examples of that here. There are still flaws. There are still ways to tell the difference. It's definitely not impossible, but it's a lot more work than it used to be. If you guys enjoyed this video, man, you guys want to see more videos like this, especially on hype sneakers, you want to make sure you're not getting got, you're not getting scammed. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, man, or let me know in the comments, or do both, whatever you guys want to do. If this isn't really that helpful for you or you didn't like it, let me know that too, man. I don't want to waste your guys' time either. So if you guys have any other questions on the fake pair, feel free to reach out to me on any of the social medias or in the comments on YouTube. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can, man. As always, thank you for supporting everything I do. I love the shit out of y'all, and I will see you fools tomorrow.
Bring out that monster. You say you a freak, but don't know I'm a beast, baby. Bring out that monster.
He like, bring out that monster. I was like, you sure, fool? You like, you a beast, dog, but still nobody know you. He told me, show him how you backing up these rappers like it's Whole Foods. Toss them in the fire, treat headliners like old news. Show him how it used to be, taken back to the old school when everyone went hard in the paint and there was no rules. I was like, alright, put the city on alert then. About to start lurking, time to put that work in. His family can't be, I get no realer. About to get familiar, favorite killers, see Johnny chillin', told me chill, but I do it for the thrill of the hunt. I ain't frontin', fuck 100 mil. Death is on the rise, baby, go and get your wife. And take a couple lives till these rappers get wise to me. I don't think they know what's coming. I don't think they know nothing. Him and his homies said they gunning for me. Shit, I think they both frontin'. Yeah, better have them both running. Off with their heads, coming for their necks like I'm owed something. Ripping off my shirt, going berserk like I'm on something. Doctor told my moms when I was born, you birthed a monster. Since then been killing non-stop. And won't stop the mayhem till all of my day ones can say that we on top. For real though, a weirdo, I'm here though, baby, hello. Calling out these cats till I'm balling out like Mellow. Voice in my head telling me they tryna kill me off. You ain't got no friends.